Hi, I'm relationship expert Meredith Keller with Couples Therapy Center of New Jersey. Oftentimes people come to me wondering, what do I do with all the emotion that my spouse triggers in me? The difficult, painful emotion like anger or worry or loneliness. What most people want to do with that emotion is to avoid it. They want to get away from it and not feel it because it's too difficult and too painful. And we're very creative with how to avoid our painful emotion. Some of us want to think in our logical brain and say, that's irrational, or I shouldn't feel that way because, and give some reason, some way to sort of think themselves out of the feeling. Another very common way people want to get away from their painful emotion is to numb it. Numb it means finding a way not to feel it, and very popular ones are things like drinking too much alcohol, eating too much food, doing some kind of behavior that distracts you from what the emotion is. What I tell people, which is often news to people the first time they've ever heard it, is that your painful emotions are okay. It's okay for you to feel these things. Yes, it's difficult, and nobody's signing up to feel fear or worry or hurt or loneliness, but they are a part of the human experience. We're endowed with all of these emotions, both the ones that feel great and the ones that are painful. And it's okay to feel them as they come up. Because if we don't, what happens to our painful emotions is that they stay trapped inside of us, bottled up inside. And oftentimes they end up showing up in other parts of our life, or they end up coming out as an explosion around something else. I want to give you a better way to handle emotion that comes up, that gets triggered by your spouse. And it's a very simple 3-step way for handling these emotions. The first one is simply to notice them. Some people notice what their emotions are, and other people notice that they have a sensation in their body. For example, some people experience anger in their fists or their jaw as being clenched. Some people experience fear in their stomach as upset and GI problems. I want you to begin to notice what the sensations are in your body, because they can be very closely tied to your emotion. So that's step number 1. Notice the sensations. Step number 2 is to name your emotion. There are probably 100 names for painful, difficult emotions, but people end up only using 1 or 2. Most people tell me they feel frustrated or they feel angry. I want to encourage you to expand your vocabulary for your feelings. And notice, am I feeling rejected? Am I feeling isolated? Am I feeling alone? Am I feeling afraid? Am I feeling little? Am I feeling aggressive, enraged? Second step is to name what the emotion is. And the third step is to find a healthy way to release your emotion. I want to encourage you to get this emotion out, but in a way that keeps you safe and keeps people around you safe. So some common ways that people get rid of these painful emotions are finding someone that they trust, like a coach, to be able to talk them out. Other people like to write as a way to get their emotion out. Many people like to listen to music or create art or create music. Another way people can express the painful emotion is by crying. There are lots of healthy ways to get these emotions out, and the benefit is they're no longer trapped inside of you. They can move through you. It's almost like a wave that will come over you but then wash away. Many emotions only last 6 minutes. That's a really small amount of time, but because they're so painful and intense when they're happening, it can feel like we're stuck there or we're overwhelmed by them. If you can remember that as you release emotion in a healthy way, it will pass. You'll be okay. You'll come out the other side. You'll feel much better having gone through the emotion and released it, rather than keeping it bottled up. I'm so glad you could be with me for this brief amount of time to hear about how to handle your difficult emotions that your spouse triggers. This happens to so many people, and so many people really need to know what to do. I and the coaches here at Couples Therapy Center of New Jersey are here to help you with things like this. Reach out to us by phone or by email. My phone number is 908-246-3074, and my email is mkeller@couplestherapycenterofnj.com. That stands for Couples Therapy Center of New Jersey. We would love to hear from you. When you contact us, just let us know what's going on for you, and we can set up a time to chat and talk specifically about how we can help you. You can also visit our website at www.couplestherapycenterofnj.com and sign up for our free e-zine, Loving Relationships, that has information on how to understand what's happening to you in your relationship and also tools that you can begin using right away to make things better. You're not alone. We're here to help you, and we'd love to hear from you. I'm Meredith Keller. Goodbye for now.